Okay, last video, and this will be the most fun part of the lesson. The pieces of a tangram, I'll let you look at the tangram, are arranged in a square in which S equals 4 centimeters. So that means each side of the square is 4 centimeters. So you see that I've put 4, 4, 4, and 4. Don't pay attention to any of my other writing until I lead you to it. Just stay with me. Use the grid to find the perimeter and area of the red square. Here's our red square that's turned at an angle, and we need to start solving for some pieces of the puzzle. Well, the first thing I notice is if this square side is 4, then each of these boxes must be 1. So that means this is 1, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, this is 1 unit, and so is this, and this, and this, and this. The same would be true for this one right here. So I went ahead and labeled it. That's 1. Hope y'all are able to see this. If not, probably what would be helpful is that you're labeling it in your book. So I have labeled this vertical piece right here a 1, and this horizontal piece right here a 1. That's going to allow me to solve using the Pythagorean theorem for this diagonal. So do you see how we're using all these pieces and all the things we've learned to work together? So when we do the Pythagorean theorem, we're going to have 1 squared plus 1 squared equals the diagonal squared. Let's see if I can make that seeable. And that 1 squared is 1 plus 1 squared is 1. So that's 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 equals diagonal squared, or D equals the square root of 2. So now I've labeled this diagonal as the square root of 2. That means that that diagonal is going to be the square root of 2, that one, and that one. So now we are asked to find the perimeter and the area. Let's start with the perimeter. Perimeter is simply going to be radical 2 plus radical 2 plus radical 2 plus radical 2. So that's 1 radical 2, 2 radical 2, 3 radical 2, 4 radical 2, or 4 times radical 2. So that's our perimeter. It's as simple as that. 4 times the side is 4 times radical 2 centimeters. Now let's look at our area. I'm trying to see if I actually solved area somewhere that you can see it. So area here, because when we turned this around, we can treat it like a rhombus. We can, well actually we don't have to do that. We can also treat this as the base of the square times the height of the square. So radical 2 times radical 2 is simply going to be 2. Or you could think of it as radical 4. Let's see, the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is the square root of 4, which equals 2. So that is our area. Sorry, my hand's in the way. That's our area, 2. But now let me go back to what I was saying originally. We can treat that square like a rhombus, where we used its diagonals to solve. So this diagonal is 1 plus 1, which is 2, and this diagonal is 1 plus 1, which is 2. So our rhombus area formula is going to say 1/2 times each diagonal equals 1/2 times 2 times 2, which equals 2 centimeters, which we found the other way as well, just saying base times height. Okay, I think I am going to stop there. Actually, I'm going to hover here over the answers to the Check It Out number 4, and that way if you need more practice on that for homework, you can take time to look at what I've done there. Okay? Trying to think if there's anything here that you might need help with. Find the perimeter and area. Oh, of the large green triangle. Okay, I will lead you through that just very briefly. So for the large green triangle, we simply said 1/2 the base times the height. The base was 4. The height was 2 units. So 1/2 base times height was 1/2 4 times 2, and the area is 4 centimeters. But more importantly, let's look at the perimeter. That's the one that might be a little difficult. The perimeter of the triangle. Remember, we had already solved that each of the diagonals are radical 2. So I've labeled that here. So we've got radical 2 plus radical 2 plus radical 2 plus radical 2 plus 4. So radical 2 4 times is 4 radical 2 plus 4. That gives us our area as being 4 plus 4 radical 2 centimeters. Okay, that's it for this lesson. You will have homework to go with it for 9-1, and I hope you have a great day.